Hey, it's Leah here, and this is my journey that I'm sharing with you on creating my brand new album. And as I've said before, I am really in the trenches with you. I am not somebody who used to be in the music industry. I'm in there, I'm doing it, I'm struggling, and I'm sharing my failures and my successes with you. And so this is a series, and I'm just going to keep sharing with you as I'm going. And as I'm sharing with you, things will not always be glamorous. I will not always be wearing makeup. They could get ugly. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just want to be raw and real with you and just share with you everything. So here we go. I'm going to go over some of the things I faced this last week, some of the things I overcame, challenges, and resources that I've been using to overcome those challenges. So one of the things that happened, and this is not really to do with my songwriting, it kind of took me away from that, was there's a label I work with out of Sweden. They're a small independent label, and I have a distribution deal with them. So they deliver all my physical merchandise to different distributors. And he came to me with a proposal about a possible festival next year for bands in my style, my genre, and asked if I have any fans in a certain region, mostly being Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands. And I said, let me go and check and see how many fans I think I have. And because I've been doing everything online, I can tell quite a bit. I have access to analytics and data and reports, and I'm able to actually see, or I have a good guesstimate of how large my fan base is in those areas. And I also can see, a large portion of how many people have actually purchased my music or merchandise in those countries. So after I gathered that data, I realized, I don't have as many fans in those countries as I thought. But here's the good news. I wrote him back and I said, if that festival is in a year from now, like you're saying, I don't know if I can do it or not yet, but say I want to, this is no problem. All I have to do is build an ad targeted to potential fans in those countries. I already know exactly who my fans are in general. Like, I know everything about them. I know what bands they like. I know what they read. I know a lot of the brands that they shop at. They know me quite a bit. Like, I know what video games they play. Basically, my fans and I are like two peas in a pod. And if we meet in person, we're like BFFs because we have so much in common. Because I know what I'm doing when it comes to marketing, copywriting, and advertising, and I have a good system, it's so easy for me to start building an audience in those countries. In fact, I have a whole year to do so if I want to play a festival and really get the whoever's in charge of that festival, get them really excited to have me there. No problem, no problem. So that's what I did. It was kind of a diversion from my music songwriting album creation process, but it took me a couple hours, and I had a brand new kick-A ad going out to build my fan base on autopilot to those countries. And now, literally every day, every week, I'm getting hundreds of new fans coming from those countries, and they're already buying my music. They're already sending me dozens of emails, and is working. So awesome. And I know a lot of my fan base is in Europe already, so for me to target those specific countries is a really good idea. So that was one thing that I did where it was like really cool. It was like, hey, like, if I want that opportunity, I can make that happen. I'm like in control of that. I don't have to hope and wish that maybe one day my music will take off in that country. I can make that happen. Easy. Like, that is awesome. Okay, what happened next? This last week, I was working on a song that I was having quite a bit of trouble with for the past several days, and just between a lot of interruptions and being frustrated with my vocal abilities, just in a couple key spots where I'm really learning and struggling, I got a little discouraged, and there came a point where I know some people would just give up, but I decided to push through. I'm still continuing my voice lessons. So in the middle of songwriting, one day a week, I have a vocal lesson over Skype. And I'm glad I'm doing that. It's pushing me, and I think it's a really important thing to get if you're a vocalist, to get your vocals in shape long before you go into the studio. You don't want to show up at studio day and then be struggling to get your best out. I want to be able to like do what I got to do long before the pressure is on. You know what I'm saying? So I've been working on my vocals. I did eventually finish that song and started on a new one this week, so I'm really happy. That makes hopefully song number 5 it's not finished yet, but song number 5 that I'm working on now. As I said in my first video, writer's block is something that I have come up against this time, because sometimes when you take a season off from writing, it takes quite a while to get back into it. And it's like there's a floodgate, or a dam, holding all the water in, and it's resisting, and it doesn't want to break open, it wants to stay shut. Sometimes the very thing that we need to do that's really important will get a lot of resistance, even inside ourselves. We'll resist the very thing that we need to do, even resisting the creativity that's trying to break through. And we know that once that dam breaks open, that's when all the good stuff flows. So one of the things I did was I read The MacGyver's Secret. I believe I talked about that in video number 1, the video just before this one. And the premise of the book is that your brain is constantly working. It's constantly trying to solve its problems and come up with ideas. And that using a certain technique, you can essentially tell your brain, okay, I need you to come up with this idea, this song. And you step away from that. Don't think about it and do something else where you can kind of zone out, like coloring in one of those adult coloring books, or taking a drive, or taking a shower. I don't know about you, but a lot of ideas have come to me while I'm unloading the dishwasher, or trying to take a nap. Like I'm literally trying to fall asleep, and that's when song ideas come to me. I didn't know that that was a thing, and that happens to a lot of people, but apparently it's a real thing. That your brain is basically relaxed enough. It's relaxed enough where the ideas can kind of bubble up. And so just now, actually, my husband's at Costco, and I said, hey, honey, can you pick me up one of those adult coloring books that I saw there? And they have these like awesome gel pen sets. I'm going to set aside a time like every morning as part of my routine, maybe 20 minutes or so, where I just color in the coloring book. What I like about that is it's not strenuous. I don't have to think hard. It's kind of enjoyable. It's like doodling, and I can just listen to music or not and just sit there and color, not think about songwriting, and then come back to songwriting. And then using the MacGyver Secret techniques, I can hopefully come up with a bunch of new ideas. So I'm excited to try that this week with a new coloring book, and I'll report back and let you know how that worked. Another thing I experimented with this past week was the whole Black Friday sale thing, which I completely forgot about because I'm in songwriting land, and it occurred to me on Sunday that was like, hey, people are expecting deals and sales in their inbox. It's no different with music, and it just escaped my mind that I should have sent my fans a promotion where they could get a discount off my merchandise. Just didn't hit me until Sunday. Well, luckily, I haven't missed out yet on Cyber Monday, so I better get my butt in gear and write some emails. So I sent one email that night, because some of my fans are in a different time zone, so they'd actually get it on the Monday. But I basically gave them a heads up, and I said, hey, I'm going to be sending you a promotion email tomorrow with this discount, so watch your email. And so it's not like completely out of the blue. And so essentially I sent them 2 emails on Cyber Monday, letting them know, hey, it's open, here's the code, here you can get the merchandise, and then another one just a few hours before it closed so they wouldn't miss out. And in about a period of 24 to 36 hours, somewhere in that range, I made about $1,600, which is awesome for basically a couple hours worth of work. When was the last time that you went to work for a couple hours and made $1,600? Just saying, like, that is the power of having an email list. It's the power of copywriting, like being able to write subject lines that people actually open their emails, even on Black Friday when they're inundated with stuff, that they still actually opened my emails, read it, and bought something. Like, that is incredible. Incredible. So I was really encouraged by that. And mind you too, I did not put much thought or effort into it. That was really a last minute thing. It was like a shoot. Why didn't I think of that? Like, totally last minute. So the lesson is plan ahead. It's a really good idea if you should actually make a calendar of holidays and promotions that you might want to promote to your fans. And of course, the whole Black Friday, Cyber Monday thing, even here in Canada, everybody still has those sales, even though our Thanksgiving is in September or October, I can't remember, a different month. So it seems like it's so far before the US November Thanksgiving. So anyway, yeah, be prepared, make a plan for the year so that you don't forget those holidays. Like, it's a great time to promote your stuff on social media and email. I go way, way, way more into depth in that stuff in my programs and really spell out for you exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. But that's the gist of what I've been doing this week, the things I've been struggling with and I'm overcoming. This week I plan on really focusing on writing some new material, new songs, and I'll be sharing with you more as I go. So that's it for this week. See you later.